Live from a secret location somewhere in northeast Wisconsin, it's Clubhouse Live, the virtual show. We'll look back on how the Packers fared with our co-host Allen Lazard. We'll talk football. We'll take a peek at what's next on the schedule. And we'll have our usual fun too. We're ready. Allen's ready. Are you ready? It's time to get started. Let's open the doors and welcome to Clubhouse Live!
Hey, everybody, that's right. This is Clubhouse Live, the virtual show, another episode. Glad you could all join us tonight. We are coming to you live from atop the 10th floor, safe and sound in our little bubble. I am Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin. Man, I wish we had a live crowd tonight because I would be asking you guys, how is everybody doing tonight? And I know the answer to that, but you're going to have to do your virtual cheers. So we'll get back, we'll get to what everybody's all pumped up for here in a little bit as we get the show going. But first things first, as always, it's the worst part of the show, and I want to hurry up this because I don't want to ruin the party. It is when I have to introduce the other member of our Clubhouse Live crew. Unfortunately, it is Chicago Bears fan, Ricardo Arguello, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go. We got some boos tonight.
Yeah, you know what? You forgot. It's NFC North leading Chicago Bears, my friend. And I'm excited, too, just like you are, just like all the Packer fans are. Bears are 3-0, tied for atop the division with the old Packers. It's going to be a great season.
All right.
Got my man Nick Foles in at quarterback, Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl winner.
Stop it. That's enough with the Bears minutes.
16-0, my friend.
No, they're a cute little story. They should be 1-2. I mean, there's no question about that.
But they're 3-0.
Congratulations. Nick Foles' era has begun, so I'm happy for you for that. Enjoy your little cute story for a couple weeks.
Okay.
They're going to be like 8-8. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But real quick, a tribute to the late, great Gale Sayers. I'll give you that.
And I thank you, Brett, because earlier, how long ago was it? You gave me a present. I think it was on my birthday, if I remember right, of actually a signed football by Gale Sayers. I appreciate that, Brett. Like a dope, I forgot to bring it to celebrate, not celebrate, but to honor Gale Sayers, again, passing of one of the greatest running backs of all time, 6 touchdowns in one game.
I was a little surprised that the Bears didn't have anything on their uniforms to honor the great Gale Sayers.
I was actually, too, a little surprised. Maybe they'll save that for next week, though, when they play at home.
Well, we'll see. But, I was able to get Gale Sayers' autograph years ago, and I did. Absolutely. Gentleman, no doubt about it. So, rest in peace, the great Gale Sayers. But let's talk about some happier stuff and what the folks who are watching live online want to talk about. How about Packers 37, Saints 30? That should be a cheer for everybody watching live online tonight. It was another sensational game for the Packers. Yes, there we go. As they chewed out 369 yards and scored points on 7 of their drives and taking down the always dangerous Saints on Sunday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers, 3 more touchdowns. Completed passes to 8 different receivers, finished with a 124.9 passer rating. How about our guy, Allen Lazard, Ricardo? Had a career night with 6 catches, 146 yards, and a touchdown. That included a 72-yard reception to set up an early third-quarter score. How about our guest, Robert Tonyan? Led a tight end group that also had a big night overall as he finished with 5 catches, a career high for 50 yards and a TD. Defensively, the Packers got the stops when they needed them. Zadarius Smith with the big strip, with the big fumble, forcing the fumble recovery when the game was tied 27 apiece. And Kingsley Keke, a former guest of a friend of the show, 2 sacks. So let's say it. That's now 3 in the wagon, 13 still lagging, Ricardo, for the 3-0 Packers. Up next are the reeling Falcons on Monday Night Football at Lambeau Field. So, hey, he's been happy a whole bunch again. There he is, Happy Vince, showing those pearly whites. He loves it when the Packers keep winning, and he loves it when our guys are here. Our co-host, I saw him. I hope he's still here. It is Green Bay Packers wide receiver, Allen Lazard. He's here again tonight. Where is he? There he is. We'll wave to Allen there. We'll get him virtually onto the show here in a second. And Allen's guest tonight, as I mentioned, a former friend of the show. He's been on before, too.
Yes,
Green Bay Packers tight end, Robert Tonyan. He's there. There he is. Wave to everybody, Robert. Yes, he's ready to go. They're all hanging out at I guess, Tim Boyle's house tonight. They're going to watch a little Monday Night Football. So I don't know why we didn't get the invite, but we can talk about that here in a little bit. But Ricardo, this is an interactive show, even though we are still virtual.
It is, and actually I'm on the chat right now, Brett, but to let everyone know, we invite your comments and questions through our live chat that can be found online next to the video viewer, so please check it out. I am monitoring that chat and relay those comments and questions right over to you, Brett. Doing that right now, actually.
Yes, give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Also, give us a follow on Twitter. I'm at PCBrettC, Allen is at Allen Lazard, and Robert is at Rob Ton Jr. So that's real easy to remember those Twitter handles. And by the way, I switched over to the Bears welcome mat, and I made sure I stomped all over it for everybody. I know you're watching, Jeremy Klussman, so I got my feet all over the ugliest logo in professional sports. So let's get our co-host onto the screen. He is in his third NFL season, almost all with the Packers. He swats away would-be defenders with devastating stiff arms. He puts together career performances in primetime games. And he has become such a big star that his own quarterback wipes him down with a towel after he scores touchdowns along on the sidelines. How about a Clubhouse Live virtual welcome for this season's co-host? It is Green Bay Packers wide receiver, number 13, Allen, the Lizard, Lazard.
Hey.
There he is.
How we doing, everybody?
Very nice, serene picture right behind him. Very nice.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, it's like a farm scene.
Snow-covered farm.
Courtesy of Tim Boyle.
Yes.
Boyle has a good interior taste.
Yes, that's very nice. Kind of a nice, scenic, wintry Wisconsin landscape back there. Not a big fan of the snow.
Yeah, very homey.
Allen Lazard, how are you tonight, my friend? It is good to see you.
It's good. Good to hear from you guys, too. I'm doing pretty well.
Well, hey, programming note, I want to make sure that everybody who's watching understands what's going on. Allen and his teammates, you guys are going to be a little busy next Monday night. You got a big game at Lambeau Field against on Monday Night Football. So we will be back with you next Tuesday. We'll do a show at 6:30, heading into your bye week, and we'll celebrate another big Packers victory. So programming note. Allen, why did Ricardo and I not get the invite to hang out with all you guys at Tim Boyle's house and watch a little Monday Night Football? We could have been eating pizza and having some cold beverages, and just kind of being guys.
Yes. Testosterone.
I know. So since Tim was over last week doing the show, Robert came over after that, and we were just enjoyed Monday Night Football, and we had such a good time together, and obviously kind of figured that regimen kind of worked, so we decided to make it a weekly thing now, where we're watching Monday Night Football together after, of course, doing Clubhouse Live.
Yes, Clubhouse Karma. Do not mess with Clubhouse Karma.
No messing.
Obviously, it's been paying huge dividends so far. What would happen if you just all kind of gathered and went to Matt LaFleur's house to watch a little Monday Night Football?
That'd be different. I wouldn't say that was the first thing that we would have thought to do, but I was actually over there this summer. He invited me and a couple other players over when I came back in early June, I think. So he has a beautiful house, and it was very fun. I had a good time over there.
Did he make you some barbecue, maybe some pancakes?
He whipped up some amazing steaks on his Traeger grill.
Yes.
So I was very impressed with that.
Good.
Which I have a Traeger grill myself
That
too,
sounds
so
very
I
good.
love using those.
All right.
Yes. Why, Allen, do we see Aaron Rodgers toweling you off on the sidelines? What's going on here? Has the script flipped now, and he's going to be kind of catering to everything you want?
No, I think the respect's just on a mutual level, and honestly, I don't really remember him doing that because I was talking to Coach Getsy right there, and I was pretty locked in and focused on it because I can't remember exactly what we're talking about, but it was a play that we needed to get fixed or I had messed up on, so I was more concerned and focused on getting that fixed than even noticing him wiping whatever turf was on my face.
So what was the plane ride like? I know you said off camera you got in about, 3:30 in the morning, but is you guys just kind of popping champagne and just living it up on that flight coming home and just partying it up after a huge win, or is everybody just sort of sleeping and chilling out and relaxing?
Yeah, we celebrate pretty heavily in the locker room, I feel like. After the game, everyone's pretty excited, giving hugs, daps, high fives, whatever it may be. But once we get on the plane, everyone's kind of pooped out just from the game, and especially having a long flight home, everyone's pretty tired. So most people, especially myself, we are kind of trained, so to speak, just to go and watch film directly after the game because it helps you get that clarity for plays that you aren't necessarily certain upon if you did the right thing or if you did, and just kind of understanding what happened during the game.
Interesting. I think Ricardo, Aaron Jones kind of told us that same thing. They just, like Allen said, they're trained to watch film. I mean, they're just creatures of habit.
It never ends.
No, and you on to the next game and you get ready. At least you got a little bit of a breather and you can kind of catch up on some lost sleep with the extra day. So, as speaking about being conditioned, Allen, I know you guys are extremely confident in what you guys do and how you prepare, but is there anything that has surprised you with the offensive efficiency in this 3-0 start?
No, nothing at all has been, like I said last week. I think reaching that threshold of 50 is not too far-fetched. Obviously, we put up 37 last night, and we still left a few plays out there. Had to settle for a field goal when we probably should have punched the ball in for a few drives. So, we had that 4th down stop as well where, we still have room for improvement, room to keep on growing, room to keep on getting better every single day. So until we're striving for that perfection of 100% game, then we're going to keep on working.
How crazy was your phone when you got to the locker room after the game, right? It had to just be like text after text and voice message. Who was the first person you heard from after your big game?
First person I called was my best friend, Marchie Murdoch. He was a former teammate of mine at Iowa State, but he's the biggest Saints fan. And so he was talking a lot of smack throughout the week and everything. So I had to make sure, I hit up our group chat and everything and had to make sure I got my little 2 words in.
Good for you. Hey, you earned it. You have bragging rights.
Absolutely. Had a career night and everything.
Absolutely. Well, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But my next question, Allen, is who needs number 17? Who needs Devontae Adams? You got Allen Lazard.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but yes.
Am I right, Ricardo?
Well, I mean, yeah. I think Allen would appreciate if Devontae was there. But yes, I see what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah. I would definitely appreciate having 17 on the field.
No, of course, I'm just joking around a little bit.
His presence definitely helps.
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously one of the best receivers in football. But did your mindset change in any way, Allen, knowing that number 17, Devontae, might not be able to play last night? Or was it business as usual?
Knowing that knowing that he wasn't going to go, probably not going to be able to play on Sunday. Going into the week, kind of preparing, I was getting ready to have more targets, having a little bit more of a step-up game, so to speak, knowing that he wasn't going to be out there. So I prepared just like I normally do, obviously, and, I spent a lot of time visualizing, focusing on making plays, seeing myself making plays, and I think that really helped me put myself in the position to go out there and make those plays.
That's what I do here at Clubhouse, Ricardo. I visualize good interviews. I put myself in that mindset, that Zen type,
yes, very monk-like. You're incredible, Brett. Very spiritual.
Thank you, Ricardo. I appreciate that. So, have you noticed, Allen? Have defenses now, as you've emerging as a big play wide receiver, are they treating you a little bit different? Are they covering you a little bit different? What are you seeing out there in the field?
The biggest thing I noticed this year is that teams like to really try to stop the run. I think a little bit is from my blocking and what I bring to the table as far as insert blocking on safeties, linebackers, corners, whatever it may be. But then obviously the production that Aaron Jones has had the first 2 games, you saw how strategic the Saints were on trying to keep him in and control him throughout the entire night. So I think that him and his presence, as well as Jamal, helped me be able to go out there and make plays.
Do you believe in statement games? I mean, do you feel like you've made a statement last night another strong performance, silencing the critics? Are you proving doubters wrong? Do you get sick of that narrative? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think last night was a statement game. I think it opened up a lot of people's perspectives, and I made a lot of headlines and on a lot of people's radars. I think from last night's game. I think also that all the people that were worried about Brian Gutekunst not drafting a receiver in this year's draft were able to kind of keep their mouths quiet as well.
Hey, Ricardo, excuse me, you're flagging me down. It looks like you got some online chatter or some questions.
Also some geography here because we have fans tuning in online from North Carolina, Virginia, Albuquerque, and Indianapolis.
Yes.
So we're definitely a national show. I do have a question for Allen. We have Lori Rada. She asks, does Allen have any pregame, kind of rituals?
No, I think we kind of talked about this the other time. My superstitions, I try to be as fluid as possible, whatever I'm feeling that day. If I feel like I need to go out and do an extra warm-up, a longer warm-up, if I need to focus on certain things, however I need to get prepared for the game, in that certain day is what I do. So I don't go with a certain set standard plan or regimen before the game. So like last game, one of the things I do pre-practice throughout the week is I use a soccer ball to warm up, just to kind of just jog around and mess around with it. It just makes it more entertaining for me and enjoyable. Just kind of just messing around with the soccer ball, do some dribbles, some juggling and whatnot as well. So this last game I used a soccer ball. I guess that was my little pregame routine.
Very interesting.
That is interesting.
A little tidbit of Allen Lazard and his success is playing a little soccer before the. We should play soccer sometime, Allen. Why don't I come over tomorrow? It's your day
quit
off.
Inviting yourself
What?
over. Let the man live.
We need to be side buddies. That's how this thing works. All right, Allen.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
just
a no.
silence. That's all I hear is silence. Now check this out. 13 catches, 254 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the season. If my math is correct, my University of Wisconsin Stevens Point math, you're on pace for 69 catches, over 1,300 yards, and about 11 touchdowns. Now, that's some pretty good production. I think you'll take that, wouldn't you? Those are some pretty good numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever I could do to build off of last year and keep on improving, and obviously, most importantly, just doing whatever I can to help our team win.
Let's go over your catches. Let's talk about maybe Rosie, if you can put that 48-yarder over Marshawn Lattimore again, maybe making that really nice adjustment on the ball and that diving catch. There it is. Take us through that big play, Allen Lazard. What a great shot from last night's game, but tough acrobatic catch. What are you thinking as the ball's coming down and you have to extend to grab it because that set up your big 5-yard TD as well?
Yeah, so we actually ran this play out of a timeout. So I was talking to Aaron before the play because we knew what the play was going to be a keeper and he's going to roll out. And I had told him that the corner, sucked up on the run and bit on it, that I was just going to keep it high and just aim for the front pylon. So when I felt the safety in the corner trigger, I just put my head down and started running. And by the time I looked up, it was right over my head. And it was kind of, the angle was a little bit behind me, so I started to stumble a little bit. So that's kind of why I tripped, but obviously it was an amazing pass and was able to come up with it. Big
catch, big time catch, and again set up to your touchdown, your 5-yard TD grab, and then second, that 72-yarder right away in the third quarter coming out. Again, another big play like last week. Aaron Jones with the long run, Allen Lazard, Ricardo with the 72-yarder on 3rd and 10. Are those catches, you're wide open. Are those catches just almost the hardest because you are so open and that ball is just sort of rainbowing down and you're waiting forever for that thing to drop into your hands?
Yeah, 100%. Really, it was probably one of the harder catches I had because usually when you have a long pass, you kind of anticipate the crowd, roaring and putting energy and noise in the air. So when I'm running, this time I look back and first of all, I can't even see Aaron because of the line. And then it's quiet inside the arena too. So then the ball's in the air and I'm running and it's just dead silent. And so to me, it just felt so unique and different. So by the time I caught the ball, I almost felt like I was doing something wrong. But yeah, I wish I would have scored on that one though.
Well, it was still a heck of a grab, 72-yarders, and I'm sure, Ricardo, that Allen, in each case, as that ball was coming into his hands, was thinking of me. Saw my face on that football.
Why wouldn't he?
Thinking about Clubhouse Live.
Brett, I do have a question quick from Dennis Reed. He's saying, is it disappointing, Allen, to not score on the long balls, or do you just enjoy being so non-selfish and letting your teammates get the glory?
Well, really, I told Aaron Jones before we went out there, I said, I need the same thing to happen as last week. And, he busted out a 75-yard touchdown first play of the second half. And so really when I was running, I was like, I told him to do that, and he hasn't scored yet by then. Or he did, but, I just wanted him to kind of, get that self-esteem back and hit the ground running. So I kind of slowed down a little bit for him and allowed him to punch it in.
That was nice of you. I guess I didn't realize that Aaron was having some self-esteem issues.
Yes.
I didn't quite know that about Showtime. So, especially with those shades.
I was just going to say, with
sombrero,
the shades, you kind of get that feeling.
Yeah, real shy and timid and kind of tender a little bit. So, one more thing. Two more things before we get to our stat pack and take our first time out. Did you see this? Pro Football Focus, Ricardo, tweeted out through its fantasy football account, Allen Lazard is the only player, I have it right here, with a perfect 158.3 passer rating on his targets this season.
Whoa.
It's a minimum of 10 or more attempts. How about that?
That means you're perfect, right?
That's perfect. Perfection. Yeah. 158.3. And second, Allen Lazard got the game ball last night, Ricardo.
Oh, cool.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Well, that goes with
perfect.
my stalking.
His name's Perfect Allen Lazard.
Allen, first career NFL game ball. How good did that feel? How did that go down in the locker room last night, I should say?
Yeah, I think that was one of the more surreal moments for me in my career up to now. To be able to get the game ball, just for what it means in the journey that I've had, really, really meant a lot to me. Just for, like you said earlier, just that being a statement game, be able to come out there and to be able to perform and help my team lead them to victory was a great feeling. But about the whole perfect passer rating, I'm not sure how those equations add up and everything, because I definitely had a drop last week, and then I know I had one yesterday too. So
Allen, just go with it.
Pro Football Focus, they just got their own rules.
Just go with it.
I know, but personally, see, I don't. Not to say that I don't care, but that doesn't necessarily give me the same fulfillment and satisfaction as knowing that I am perfect.
Mr. Perfect.
In my head, I still have those two drops, so it's like I don't. It's great to have the accolade, but to me, it doesn't mean nothing because I know.
Hey, I like it.
I like it.
Never satisfied.
Always striving to get better.
You could learn something from him, Ricardo.
At the top.
All right, so let's take a timeout. We're gonna do the stat pack, Allen, and then we're gonna get Robert onto the screen here. We have two good stats tonight. The first is courtesy of the Elias Sports Bureau. I have it right here. The Packers 122 points scored over the 3-0 start. That's the sixth highest point total for a 3-0 team in NFL history.
Wow.
Yes. I can tell you're shaking. You're nervous.
Not nervous at all.
Wait till the Bears and Packers meet up
down
in November. I can't remember the exact date, but I look forward to that one. And the second is this tweet from Jason Hirschhorn. The last time the Packers opened a season by scoring at least 30 points in each of their first 3 games, 1996. And we know what happened that season. The Packers went on to win the Super Bowl over New England in the Superdome down in New Orleans, right? 35-21. That was Super Bowl 31. So some good omens here along with this Clubhouse Live karma. So good stuff here in our stat pack. Allen, should we get your guest onto the screen? Are you excited?
I'm more than excited to have this guy here.
All right. Well, let's do this up good and proper. Our guest tonight is in his 3rd NFL season, all with the Packers. Finished with a career-high 5 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown in Sunday's victory over the Saints. Our guest tonight caught what proved to be the game-clinching touchdown on Saturday, 1-yard score with 2 minutes remaining. Our guest tonight has 7 catches for 75 yards and 2 touchdowns on the season. He enjoyed a standout collegiate career at Indiana State, where he finished as the Sycamores' all-time leader in career touchdown receptions, single-season touchdown receptions, and most consecutive games with a catch. Our guest tonight Well, we don't see it tonight, but he is a master of the man bun. Okay. He's very good at that. Our guest tonight had a Packers-themed birthday party as a kid, despite growing up in Bears country. It's true. And our guest tonight is apparently the steeziest. I'm not quite sure what steezy and steeziest means. I don't think I'm even cool enough to say the word, but we're going to find out what the heck is going on there. How about a Clubhouse Live virtual welcome for Green Bay Packers tight end number 85, Robert Tonyan.
Look at him.
There
What's up?
he is.
He's thrilled.
You can hear the virtual applause. Yes. How you doing, Robert?
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for being on. We appreciate you joining us here tonight, virtual Clubhouse Live. And we're going to do this, though, right and proper. Robert, because this is Allen's show and you are Allen's guest, Allen insists on asking the first question of the night.
Let's hear it. I'm here
Robert, besides yourself, who has the most steez on the team?
Besides you and me,
Besides yourself.
then I would have to say you or Billy for the steez, for the steez factor.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, guys. What the heck is steez? What is it, and do I have it? Do I have it, Allen?
No.
Steez?
Like being
I don't know if you have steez.
What?
Yeah.
It's just
Steez,
effortless. It's just effortless. You can't make it happen.
Just
It's just
swag.
you have it or you don't. That's what makes
this
it.
This is what the definition of it says. A person's distinctive and attractive or impressive style of dress or way of doing things.
That's not Brett.
That's me. I sound pretty steezy. I think I'm pretty steezy.
Say, put the second line. Say the second line, Al. What's the second line on there? Does it say effortless fashion?
Definitely not Brett.
Effortless
Stop
fashion. Way of doing things.
All I know is
Yeah.
when I go home tonight, I'm going to ask my
effortless.
wife if I'm steezy.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask her.
As you have your bowl of Cheerios.
Yes,
Very
that's
steezy.
that's what I like to eat late at night. Make sure that I go to bed feeling regular. I mean, that's important to me.
Get
at my
out of here
age.
with
If
your
you're
regular.
steezy to her, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
yeah.
That's all that
I'm
matters.
steezy.
Yeah.
That's why Allen's Mr. Perfect. right
She's
there.
watching the show. I know she's watching, and she's thinking, boy, he's pretty steezy.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Robert, Bobby, what are you supposed to call you? Everybody calls you Bobby, but it's Robert Tonyan. I mean, how can we refer to you tonight?
Swaggy T.
Swaggy T?
You can say whatever. It's all good.
Even
I go by
Swaggy?
everything.
Swaggy T?
Swaggy T. That's one of them.
All right. All right,
For
Mr.
sure.
Swaggy. By the way, your parents, by the way, Swaggy T, fantastic people to allow you to have a Packers themed party deep in the heart of Bears country.
Where did he grow up again?
McHenry, Illinois,
Oh,
right?
yeah, that is. Yeah.
Yeah, right over the border.
So close to Wisconsin.
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
yeah, but it's Illinois though. It's still-
Illinois.
Yeah.
Were you weren't a
Oh, yeah.
Packers fan growing
It's
up,
close
though, were
up.
you?
No, but it was mixed. Hometown was mixed between Packers and Bears fans for sure.
Well, let me just comment, if your parents are watching, you did a great job of raising him in the green and gold, because look what's happened now.
He's still cool, I guess.
Stop it, Ricardo. Stop it. Have either of you guys ever had any chance to meet some of the Packers legends in recent years? I know those guys come back for alumni weekend. Obviously, that's not going to happen this year, but any cool stories about meeting some of the Packers legends?
I haven't been fortunate enough to meet any of them, honestly.
How about
Yeah,
you,
I
Alan?
haven't either. My last year being my lone last year of interacting. I remember I've seen a couple guys around. I know I've seen James Jones.
Sure.
Yeah.
Jordy. I saw Jordy around and a couple other guys.
That's not really that long
said
ago.
said hello and everything to those guys.
Is there one legend you'd
Yeah.
love to meet? Maybe Brett Favre.
I mean, yeah, all the legends, honestly. any of those guys that had success, and obviously we're on a Super Bowl team. Anything that we could use from them would be very beneficial.
All right, Allen, it's your show, so it's you got to brag up Swaggy T. What do you love about what this guy brings to the offense, brings to the locker room? Talk him up.
Besides the steez and the swag, Robert's one of the hardest worker guys on our team, easily. Especially, looking, since he has somewhat of the same path as mine to the NFL, going undrafted. Him switching positions in college, then playing tight end. Now here in the NFL is, for me, someone that plays the game and understands on how hard it is to change positions and still be productive, and then to do it for the number one offense in the NFL. I think it's pretty dope. But Rob does it all, and I think he's been a huge part of our offense, especially this year.
All right, Robert, your turn. Now you get to brag up Allen Lazard. Remember, this is his show, so he's got quite a large number of family and friends watching tonight.
No pressure.
But brag him up. What do you love about what the Lizard brings to the locker room and to the field?
The Lizard, the laser beam as they call him. I think Allen just brings just good energy to the team, just into the locker room in general. Just aside from the field, in the locker room, he's a likable guy, and everyone knows he's a hard worker and just puts his head down, doesn't really talk much, and out there just talking the talk. He's walking the walk, which is very impressive. Like he said, coming from where we came as undrafted guys, you just got to work, shut your mouth and work, and Allen does that the best.
Good stuff. We got Robert Tonyan, we got Allen Lazard, the Lizard, the Laser Beam, Swaggy T, Steezy, whatever this is tonight. I'm doing pretty good, actually, Ricardo, about remembering all this stuff. I'm actually sounding kind of hip.
No, you're very good for a man your advanced age.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not as old as you think, but you both kind of touched on the journey, right? You both have similar journeys, undrafted guys. What's the common denominator for success stories like your own? Why are you guys able to make it? Because it isn't really that uncommon necessarily in the NFL to see these undrafted guys all of a sudden emerge and become key contributors. So, Robert, I'll ask you first.
Yeah, I think it's just always having, I don't want to say the underdog mentality because that's kind of cliche, but just having to always have to work from the bottom and getting in that mindset and staying in that mindset no matter where you're at in your career. I think that's a big deal. And I think a lot of guys that stick around that are undrafted just keep that same mentality every day that, that they are undrafted guys.
You agree with that, Allen?
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that. I think for me, going undrafted and everything, it kind of put me in a little groove of understanding how to work and how to practice. Once I kind of understood those things and valued every single day, whether it be on the field, in the weight room, in the film room, and learning how to grow and gain 1% better every single day, really kind of teaches you how to get progressively better throughout time.
Robert, how good does it feel just to feel good? Finally.
That's a great question. It feels super good. Just physically, mentally, emotionally, just especially everything's going on in the world and, what we can't control. It's just nice that we're all back in Green Bay and the squad's back together. The boys are back.
The boys are back. The boys are 3-0. But you had the hip injury last year, right, Robert? That's kind of slowed down your season. And then you underwent core muscle surgery in the offseason. That sounds painful. What is core muscle surgery, and what's the rehab like?
Yeah, I guess I could explain that. So basically, it's both your adductor attachments on each side of your pubic bone and your core muscle down to your pubic bone. They just kind of stitch them up and pull your core muscle down and stitch it up, stitch it back to the bone on all three attachments.
Yeah, that doesn't sound pleasant.
Slit.
It does not sound pleasant. No. I don't think I could handle that.
Stretching and then attaching. It just
Just
doesn't sound good.
it's just a bad spot.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
Yeah, go ahead, Ricardo.
well, no, I have a question because we're talking about this a little bit, but actually, there's a question that came over the chat for both of you. Now, you guys were playing, so you didn't see this, but they did a feature on Alvin Kamara. Did you see this, Brett? About doing plyometrics, catching different colored batons in midair while balancing on a platform. He's now added tennis balls, apparently. I just want to know if you guys do anything like that. Does that help with your balance and things like that?
Yeah. I've been peeping him doing all type of different training, whether it be balance, hand-eye coordination, whatever it may be. To me personally, I think he's one of the best at keeping his center of gravity within his framework. It's unreal, which is why he's such a productive player. But we don't do anything, I think, up to those levels. Julian Edelman was catching playing cards.
Wow.
Work on his hand-eye coordination. So we have, as a team, we don't necessarily do those specific things, but we work on them in different ways. And I think those type of training and activities is more like an off-season on your personal one-on-one times.
Good question, Ricardo.
Nancy B. That was from Nancy B.
Yeah, keep those questions coming online. It sounds like we have a real good chat. Robert, been reported that you worked out in the offseason with 49ers tight end George Kittle, right? A very rich tight end, Ricardo.
Very rich, very wealthy.
He's very wealthy. How did that come about, and what did you take from that experience that has helped you in your game this year?
Me and George have the same agent, and so we pre-draft trained together back in Frisco when we were coming out. And, we just been buddies ever since, just good friends. Lived with them last year down in Nashville. And then we just did it all over again this year. It was just a blast, and we have a good group of guys down there. Our strength guy, Josh, and our speed guy, Jeremy. And I did my physical therapy down there with my man Jorge, and we just got after it down there, and it was a good time down there. We got a lot of work done, and just a good thing going down there.
Speaking of all pro tight ends, Ricardo, right? You got one in your room, Mercedes Lewis. What have Robert? What have you learned from the grizzled veteran? Right, he's 36 years old now.
He's 36.
It's grizzled in the NFL years. But Robert, what have you taken from Big Dog that's helped you develop into a very good tight end?
I think more so what Mercedes has done for me in the past 3 years is he's enhanced my maturity. I've just became a pro so much quicker than I would if I was just trying to figure it out on my own or just going through the motions. I really do take what he says to heart, whatever it is. And when he's speaking, I'm listening, I'm eye contact. I have so much respect for him, and the friendship that I've developed with him and the genuine love that we have for each other, off the field, and just him looking out for the best of me and just, helping me prepare mentally for the future is just unreal.
Ricardo, of course, Mercedes, the nice 18-yard touchdown grab along the sideline, showing not only great hands, but the agility to get into the end zone so he can still do it and can still produce. But check this out. Tight ends last night. You, Mercedes, and Jay Sternberger, 9 catches, 104 yards, and 2 touchdowns from that position. So was that kind of what we're going to expect from that room this season, almost like a committee-like approach where you're all going to sort of step up and just doesn't matter who's getting the ball and who's making the plays? It's just going to be kind of everybody taking their turns?
I think it's just us getting, when our numbers called, is just making plays, and who's ever in, whatever personnel's in, whatever Matt's calling that day, whatever's going to work or whatever we plan on doing. I think that just goes across the board with the offense as well. From receiver to the backfield, from ones to the threes, we have talent. So, when someone comes off the field, next guy up, and they got to be ready to make a play.
We got a few more questions, and then we're going to go to our Clubhouse Live Challenge. We got a good category tonight, so get ready for that, Lizard. But, hey,
Great.
I don't know if you know this, Ricardo, but Robert Tonyan, a former quarterback.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We have a video question about that here in a little while, but how does one go from, he's warming up that arm, he's getting ready.
The rocket.
He's ready. Yeah. He's got a gun. He's a gunslinger. Yeah. Maybe put a little ice on that or something about that, kind of loosen it up a little bit more. But how does one go from high school / college quarterback into transforming his body into an NFL tight end? I'm guessing a lot of calories, a lot of food, a lot of eating.
The most food. It became a chore more than like eating for pleasure, but I'm past that point now. But I just kept growing as like a person too. Like my body just kept growing. So it just kind of how I grew into that position. And I think it was the right choice.
Yes, it has worked out. It has worked out. Although you never know. Aaron Rodgers might be looking over his shoulder here pretty soon. We'll see. Ricardo, you're flagging me down again. What's going on?
Well, you're talking about food, and actually we did have a question come over concerning that. This is from Justin Eastham. He's asking, guys, what's your game day meal of choice?
I'll go first. Mine is eggs. I love eggs every morning, really, but more specifically on game day. I like to have like usually either like scrambled eggs, an omelet, over easy, whatever it may be, whatever I'm feeling. Some type of protein, so probably sausage, bacon, turkey, chicken, and then usually I'll add some vegetables, so onions, spinach, peppers, and then usually some cheese on top. And if for this last game, so when we play at night, for me and like how my body works, it has to get ready. Like it just naturally gets ready. So I don't really get hungry the closer I get closer towards game time. So most days, I wake up and I eat breakfast in the morning, 8 o'clock, usually no later than 8:30. But like for yesterday, and I woke up, I didn't really eat till about 2 o'clock just because that's how my body gets prepared on those games. We're sitting in the hotel for all day. I'm not burning calories. I'm stretching and walking around and stuff, trying to get loose. But how I get prepared, it really depends on, or how I'm preparing food-wise, really depends on what time kickoff is as well.
Well, I'm glad he said scrambled bread because I thought maybe he was downing them Rocky style, just crack open the eggs and put them in a cup.
Like I do?
Yeah, like you do.
No, never that. Never that.
You want Robert to answer
that
too?
Please.
Yeah. What do you like to eat, Robert?
I just load up on some pasta and some like a vegetable and like a protein, a chicken, and then a big smoothie, a big fruit and protein smoothie every time.
Sounds good. You know what I have before the show? A
Bowl
Culver's
cereal?
burger and a big cement mixer.
Yes.
Nice healthy stuff.
very much
Cheeseburger,
so.
some French
Yeah.
fries.
That sounds amazing right now.
Yes, it was amazing, Alan. It was amazing. That's what happens when you're not an athlete like me.
Yes.
You can eat whatever you want.
I've
It's a
always
piece of
said
cake.
you have the amazing physique of a pro golfer, aging pro golfer.
Hey, one more thing, guys. I'm actually going to ask you this, Alan. What are you coached to do in those funky new onside kicks, right? You were right there. The ball's spinning again. We had visions of that nightmare that happened with the Falcons and the Cowboys. Why not just fall on it before it goes 10 yards? Now, it went out of bounds yesterday, but why not just fall on it before it even gets close to 10 yards?
Yeah, so Coach Meninga, I think did a good job of coaching us up off of the Cowboys Atlanta film. For us, the coaching point was if it seemed like it was going 10, to jump on it right away, get on it, and be assertive and distinctive with your decision making. But for me, those frontline guys, their responsibilities and job is really to block the Saints players, and I was just supposed to necessarily be the receiver for the ball. But I think that myself personally, and then a couple other guys that were around there, could tell and felt that the ball wasn't going to make it to 10 yards. So, I think we did a great job of executing that by staying away from it.
Very interesting. It was a little, I think, a gasp there at the end. But, Ricardo, interesting now how onside
No
kicks.
gasp.
No gasp. Well, you're right there. You're
No
you're
gasp.
complete
No.
confidence.
Yeah.
But you guys know what you're doing.
We
way
knew we
more
were
than
coming
I
out
do.
with the dub.
Yes, he knew they were coming out with a dub, and they are 3-0. So I tell you what, good segment, guys. But Rosie We need some music because it is tonight for tonight's Clubhouse Live. There it is. The challenge flag. Challenge. Let's do it. All right. Clubhouse Live challenge, guys. This is how it goes. Alan, you know the rules. We're going to play a game called How Well Do You Know again. Robert, I'm going to lay out the ground rules. Basically, it's a rapid-fire trivia game. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. They each pertain to the same category. If you think you know the answer, normally, let me get the bell here. You would ring the bell, but you can't ring the bell because you can't touch things. All right, we can't do that. We can't do that virtually. We all have to be safe these days. So you're going to raise your hand and say ding. You must say ding in order for it to count as the answer.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'll keep track.
Every question is worth 1 point.
Yes.
Robert, at the end of those 5 questions, I will ask a bonus question of a point total that I'll determine to make sure Alan wins the game because it's his show.
His show.
It has to be the way. That's just the way it's written into the contract. So you guys are playing for a virtual playing partner. Alan, your virtual playing partner is Brian Krieger. So say hi to Brian.
What's up, Brian? Let's get it, baby.
Yes. And Robert, your virtual playing partner is Jen Heckner. Why don't you say hi to Jen?
Let's go, Jen. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Well, you know what you guys are playing for, and again, we spare no expense.
No expense.
I went back into the closet. Look at that, Alan. It is another Packers pennant. The winner gets this Packers pennant mailed to them. The runner-up tonight, and we're going to need this here pretty soon.
Yes.
It is another USA Today Network Wisconsin ice scraper.
All the change in your cup holder in your car went to that.
Yes. So that is a prize package probably worth $3.
Yes.
I would say. So
$2.95, but who's
$2.95? We'll round it up to $3. So, all right, guys, the category. Tonight's category, sports movies. How do you guys feel about that?
Oh,
sports
let's
movies.
go. See you, Al. Bye.
Oh boy,
Oh, okay, very.
Robert
I already
showing some
know
confidence.
Is he being very steezy?
He looks steezy right now.
Okay.
He looks steezy. I got a bunch of steezy questions.
Okay.
Here we go, guys. Remember, say ding if you know it. In the movie Remember the Titans, which side was the strong side?
Ding.
Ding.
Oh,
Tonyan. That was Tonyan.
But Allen Lazard said ding.
Oh.
I said ding.
I thought I heard Robert
yeah.
say
Well,
that.
I said ding.
Oh, yeah. I said ding, too. Al,
my
don't start
show.
with this question one.
It's my show.
Alan, it is your show.
All right, so let Alan do it. Answer first, I guess.
It's the right side.
Nope.
Oh, this guy.
Robert,
the
do you know
left.
the answer?
No, they say left side, strong side.
And there you go.
That's
I'm
it.
going to give him
That's
the
it.
bell.
1 point.
He gets 1 point. Ricardo score.
1-0, Robert.
Left side, strong side, right? Titans. Remember, the Titans came out 20 years ago already.
Yeah.
Question number 2 of sports movies. What is the name of the small-town high school team that won the state title in the classic basketball movie Hoosiers? The name of the team in Hoosiers that won the title.
Oh, this might be
Wow.
way
city?
before them.
I
What
should
city
know this.
or
I should
what?
know the
The name of the school. Name of the
Indiana
school.
State. Why am I? Come on.
Yeah, you went to Indiana State.
I know the little gym, too. I'm picturing it. Oh, no.
Are we going to have to throw this question out,
Might have
Ricardo? Anybody know?
It's on the front. Tim, do you know?
He's asking
Jen.
Tim Boyle.
Brad, you gotta give them questions from this century.
Are you? This is a classic movie. Okay,
you're-
we're gonna throw this question
I'm
out.
saying.
It is
So what's the answer? What's the answer?
the Hickory Huskers. Hickory.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
no,
Jimmy
the bases
Chitwood.
have
I'll
their
make
jersey.
it. Right?
Come on.
This century? You gotta get the movies from this
Hickory.
century.
Stop it. They know it after
No,
I
that's
said
a
it.
good
Ricardo
question.
score.
That's a good question.
1-0 still, Robert.
1-0. Trivia question number 3. I think you guys know this. Bugs Bunny starred with Michael Jordan in this animated Hoops classic.
Ding.
Got it.
Robert.
Ding.
Robert said it.
No.
What is it, Robert?
Space Jam. Let's go.
There you go.
Space Jam. He's got Bugs Bunny right there.
Yeah, 2-0.
2-0.
Robert.
Robert Tonyan. Trivia question number
Come on,
4. The
Al.
football flick The Blind Side is based on a true story about this former NFL offensive
Ding.
lineman.
Ding.
Yes, Robert.
Ding.
Robert.
Michael Orr. Let's go.
Wow, he is on a roll.
He's on fire. 3-0.
3-0. Alan, are you with us?
I'm just waiting for the last question.
Yeah. All right.
So am
Trivia
I.
question number 5. This is going to be a tough one, I think.
This is a tough one.
But if you guys are Rocky fans, you should know it. In Rocky 3,
Three.
Mr. T, Clubber Lang, what is Clubber Lang's one-word prediction when asked about his title rematch with Rocky Balboa? Remember, Clubber Lang was asked, what's your prediction? And he said one word.
Win.
We're going to say that's a no to that one.
Robert.
Death.
Oh, close. That's actually
It
close.
wasn't quite death. Making me cough. It was pain.
Pain.
So, okay.
Pain.
3-0. Robert has the lead going into the bonus
Yes.
round, so that makes his bonus question worth 4
4 points. 4 points.
to give Alan another
Let's go.
very difficult question, I think, but it is a classic movie.
Now, they got to know this one. This bonus one, if you guys don't know this one, I'm very disappointed.
You guys have you guys seen The Karate Kid?
Which one?
The original.
The new one or the old one?
with Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah,
The old one. The
Way
old
back.
one.
The old one, yes.
Yeah.
In the original
Yeah.
Karate Kid, Danielson, right, uses this move to take down the villainous Johnny Lawrence
Wax
in the title
on, wax
match
off.
of the All Valley Karate
Remember,
Championship.
ding.
What is the move he
Ding.
uses in the last scene, the last point scored? What does Danielson do?
Ding. Is it
Yes,
the wax
Alan.
on, wax off?
Nope, that's a training. But
Robert.
He kind of goes like
Oh.
this. I don't know if you can kind of.
Is it something with the dragon?
The
Something with
crane.
dragon.
The crane.
Oh,
The-
say it,
the
say it,
crane kick.
Alan.
Ding. Ding.
Oh,
Robert.
Robert.
Let's hear it, Robert.
Crane.
The crane kick
Yes, yeah, that's
is good enough.
That is good enough.
And
yes.
Robert gets it. The crane kick.
That's what I said. What do you mean?
You did not
didn't
hear a
ding.
ding. We have an
You
accounting
said
firm
your
that is
answer.
watching
I
this very
dinged it
closely.
A while ago.
The crane kick,
go.
Rosie.
Rigged.
It was
How
my
about some
turn.
championship music? Because Robert Tonyan wins tonight's Clubhouse Live challenge. That means Jen Heckner is going home
Yeah.
with this pennant. All right, that's pretty good.
That is nice.
And that means
bad.
Brian Krieger is going home
I'm
with the scraper.
2-0 on the show.
Congratulations. And that was sports movies. Ricardo, I thought those were good questions.
I thought they were good questions. A bit dated for them. You got to use more recent movies, Brett.
but those are classic movies.
I will say that.
You got to use like current Rocky movies like Creed or Creed 2.
Yeah, I suppose I could.
But anyway,
All right,
I like
more with the guys before we wrap up. We've got a couple video questions
Yes.
for you, and we've got Ricardo or Rosie. Get Andy Lee ready to go because he has a question for Allen Lazard.
Alan, did you work out with anybody in the off season? We all know that Tanyan's working out with George Kittle. So, who's your ace in the hole for off season training? Great game, guys. Go Pack, go!
Yeah, so I was actually down in Phoenix, Arizona this offseason with former teammate Manny Wilkins. He was a quarterback, so we were able to work out constantly. You know, obviously going through quarantine and everything, we were just basically in our backyard for the most part. But when we could, we kind of got a group of guys together. One of my friends, Hakeem Butler, that played with at Iowa State, he was down there with the Cardinals, and a couple of his teammates, Christian Kirk, Chase Edmonds, some other guys as well, that we got a little small group together and got some routes in and got some field work together.
All right, good question, Andy. And now, Rosie, get the one ready from our friend Jeremy Klussman. Jeremy has a question for Robert. Go ahead.
Hey, Robert, great game last night. 3-0. Let's keep it going. In your playing career, you played quarterback, wide receiver, and tight end. Between wide receiver and tight end, what was harder to learn? And also, any chance you could be throwing any tight end flea flickers this year?
Yeah.
There we
go.
go.
And go Pack.
Yes.
Receiver to tight end was definitely harder for sure. Just with everything like the physicality that comes with it and all that. But there will probably not be. some tight end flea flickers.
I
can almost guarantee there will not be.
Oh, maybe he doesn't want to give anything away.
He can almost guarantee.
Can almost.
That's not for sure 100%. We'll see what.
Don't count it out yet.
Ricardo, for having their questions selected, they win something, right? Andy and Jeremy?
They do. They both of them get a signed photo of Allen Lazard. Each week we'll ask you to submit video questions for our upcoming guests that we'll ask live during Monday's show. Look for it on Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live.
Again, hold tight on those photos, folks. We're going to give Allen a batch this week to sign so we can start sending those out to all of our video question winners. So, all right, a couple more things, and we're going to wrap it up.
By the way, Robert,
yeah,
he's 2-0 on our show in our challenges.
He is.
Yes, that's right. Swaggy T 2-0. Congratulations.
All right.
Swaggy T 2-0.
2-0.
Great host.
Yeah, that's really steezy stuff, right? The steeziest.
All right, no more.
All right, Allen. The importance, I wanted to talk about, because you kind of mentioned him last night, but Ruvel Martin on your staff this year, right? On the staff as part of a minority coaching fellowship that was established by Matt LaFleur in the offseason. Ricardo, if you remember Ruvel Martin, a former Packer wide receiver, played in some other teams throughout his NFL tenure. What has Ruvel meant to you this season and just your development?
Yeah, I think Ruvel's been a huge addition to our room this year. Anytime you can have someone who played in the NFL, played at this level, and obviously even played with Aaron, has that chemistry, understands what it takes to be successful at this level. So just having his presence around our room is huge. And then, I kind of hit on it last night, but just having him on the field as well, just working on little things, small details. We've been working on catching punts on the jug machine, so it shoots it super high, about like 50, 60 yards down the field, and standing down there. But instead of catching punts, facing forward, we're facing the other way, doing over the shoulder tracking with the ball. And I think that was a huge help into my success last night, especially on that first catch.
Yeah, Ruvel, a very solid wide receiver. Remember, he had some nice games with the Packers back in the day. Last thing, guys, man, how good will it be? How nice would it feel to go into that bye week, right? 4-0 sounds a lot better than 3-1. You guys get ready for the Atlanta Falcons, a team that is reeling, as I said in the intro. But that's goal number one, isn't it? You want to go into the bye week feeling good. Robert, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I think with a team like Atlanta, just them coming off a couple tough losses, that means they're hungry and they're going to do whatever it takes to win. So we got to still continue to prepare and be at our best. And, as offense, just try to nail down the details and play fast and get things rolling.
Allen, you want to go into that break 4-0 and feeling good, right?
Absolutely. I think a team like Atlanta, even though they've had some unfortunate losses, they've obviously been in those games. So they very much could be 3-0 as well. So it's NFL. Everyone's a professional. Everyone's very good at this level. And you have to take every opponent seriously. So if we don't do that, we'll unfortunately reap the benefits of that. But it's important, I think, to go into the bye week 4-0, especially this time last year. We lost to the Eagles on Thursday night and kind of lost a little bit of mojo, but obviously was able to get it back. So be a lot more comfortable, a lot more pleasing, and be able to sleep a lot better during those bye week. Being 4-0.
Good stuff, guys. How about a virtual round of applause for Allen Lazard and Robert Tonyan tonight? Ricardo, good show.
Outstanding.
By the way, I'm thinking maybe because of the good luck that we've had that they're going to just have to hang out at Tim Boyle's house every Monday night. Now, there'll be nothing. Nothing. Well, there we go. There's a nice little laugh track. Yes, thank you. That was hilarious, wasn't it? Hey, let's go up north. And by the way, something special from Tim Boyle's house, I guess, would be that beautiful farmland picture.
Farmland photo, very nice, very tasteful.
We don't have anything that Allen can show us from his house tonight. It's a very, very beautiful wintry scene.
Thanks, Allen.
All right, it's time to go up north. Ricardo, we're going to pick next Monday's game, Packers-Falcons at Lambeau Field, Monday Night Football.
Look, the Falcons are just a wounded animal right now. They are reeling. And Brett, did you know they became the only NFL team to ever lose 16-point advantages in the fourth quarter, back-to-back weeks? That's doesn't bode well for them. They're down to like their fourth and fifth corners. I mean, Foles threw 5 touchdowns against them essentially. What's Rodgers going to do? So I don't see them winning in any case. I say Packers by 2 touchdowns.
There you go, and it pains
and
you
it kills
to
me
say
to
it.
say that.
Well, I tell you what, guys, I'm going to do it
Here's
again.
a surprise.
It's undefeated, the Victory Visor. We had this thing on for 2 seasons, and they're, 16-3 now with Matt LaFleur and the Victory Visor. So, hey, how about 42-28 Packers victory at Lambeau Field? I think it's going to be kind of a fun shootout-ish type game again. Packers, one of the top offenses in the league. Falcons, one of the worst defenses.
Good offense, though,
league.
Brett. They do have a good offense.
I think Aaron Rodgers and that passing offense are going to have a huge game. I'm predicting 5 touchdowns for number 12.
I think that's
including fair. 2 to the Lizard.
Whoa!
2 touchdowns for the Lizard.
And 3 to Tonyan.
Well, I'm going to say another for number 85. So he's going to get in the end zone. Both of these guys. Allen, I predicted it last week, and I was right? I said you were going to get into the end zone last night.
You did. It was the good luck visor.
The Victory Visor. The Victory Visor. There'll be plenty of yards and points in what should be an entertaining matchup at Lambeau, but the Packers are the better team. Falcons come in reeling after some really tough losses. I'm not sure Atlanta is a good team in 2020, and the Packers are a good team, without a doubt. So defensively, the Packers need to pressure Matt Ryan, slow down Todd Gurley. But Packers head into their bye at 4-0, and I know everybody watching live online, including Mean Gene, loves it because Mean Gene sent me a letter saying that he's been watching the shows virtually. So, hey, a few more things. Packers News app, Ricardo.
Yeah, with exclusive commentary, insider analysis, award-winning photos and videos from a USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. That Packers News app is your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. This app is available for iPhone and Android users only.
Special thank you to our friends, Mayfield Sports Marketing, a leading Wisconsin sports marketing agency and speaker bureau. Also, Mike Thiel of Eric Lives here for once again allowing us to use his song MVP as our intro and outro themes. Again, programming note, no show next Monday, but it'll be next Tuesday of next week. We'll all be watching Monday Night Football next Monday night. So, Allen Lazard, I'm going to kick it back to you. You have tonight's final word.
Thanks again for everyone coming on tonight. Glad to see everyone, or virtually see everyone, I guess. And big shout out to my second host, or second guest, I should say, Robbie T, Swaggy T, Rob, Bob, all the above. Even though you were 2-0 on the show and kind of stole the spotlight, thank you for coming on.
Holds a grudge.
That's what I'm here for. Humbling friend.
All right. So
that you are.
For Swaggy T, the Lizard, Ricardo, and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Swaggy B.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I can call myself Swaggy B.
Yep.
I should do that. I'm going to call
Stick with ones you know, Brett.
Yeah.
Groovy, swell.
I am Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be sure to join us next Tuesday night at 6:30 as we celebrate another big Packers victory, this time over the Atlanta Falcons with that guy. He's right in the middle of the screen. It is Green Bay Packers wide receiver number 13, Allen, the Lizard, Lazard. Mean Gene, take it away.
Go, Packers!